This program deals with themes of an adult nature and is intended for a mature audience.
The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings.
Our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
We must guard against the military-industrial complex.
Exopolitics, paranormal phenomena, and deep analysis of current world events. From somewhere in the desert, between Area 51 and Roswell, blasting across the planet, the Manticore Network proudly presents Veritas, because the truth will set you free.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore!
The power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty!
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Sooner or later, though, you always have to wake up.
Be skeptical, but don't close your mind.
Greetings to everyone around the world, and a warm welcome to another edition of Veritas, alternative media for discerning minds. I'm your host, Mel Fabregas, and I sincerely thank you for joining me once again. And if this is your first time, make yourself at home. I want to thank all our members for your loyalty and support. Tonight's special guest is William Henry, an investigative mythologist and author of many books on ancient mythology and neo-archaeology. Among many topics, we will discuss ancient Stargates. They are ancient, but they are here, right now. After you listen to the beginning of my conversation with William, you will come to the conclusion that there are no coincidences, and sometimes, perhaps a force more powerful than anything we know or understand may be responsible for certain events. This interview, and how it came to be, must be one of the most synchronistic events I have ever witnessed. As Carl Jung would describe it, synchronicity is the experience of two or more events that are apparently casually unrelated or unlikely to occur together by chance, that are observed to occur together in a meaningful manner. That is exactly what happened. William Henry will be with us shortly. To listen to tonight's full show, become a member. Just go to our website, veritasshow.com, click on the subscribe button, and instantly enjoy all of our material, over 130 shows, Veritas TV, and the very exclusive Manticore Forum, where people around the world interact and post news and important information we don't have the time to discuss here. So stop waiting to listen to the entire show. For the price of 2 cups of coffee, only $7.95 per month, you can listen to all of our material, hundreds of hours, in CD audio quality, and take Veritas with you wherever you go. Subscribe today. And stop by the Veritas store, where you can get our 8GB USB drives with seasons 1 or 2, with a lot of bonus material. Or MMS. What is MMS? Go to the past shows and listen to Jim Humble's interview entitled Jim Humble versus the FDA. It's one of those things that is better to have and not need than need and not have. And if you need to get in touch with me, click on the contact button of our website and join me on Facebook. Did you know Stargates are real? Sounds crazy? Yes, it honestly does. But so does quantum cloning and teleportation. And yet, it's happening as we speak. Have you noticed how about 300 years ago, or thereabouts, all our ancient history texts were basically ruled unreliable because they mentioned supernatural events? All religious texts, many of which were historical texts that were simply labeled religious, except the hieroglyphs from ancient Egypt, were said to be falsehoods. Using the hieroglyphs, they attempted to set a timeline for ancient history, but ignored everything else. Nearly every ancient civilization refers to a place called the underworld and a place called the heavens, both of which appear to be more than simply metaphors for the planets and stars rising and setting into and over the horizon. The ancient Egyptians also believed in an entrance to the underworld and a boat which traveled on heavenly waters, which carried them into the heavens. The ancient Sumerians referred to otherworldly places which were accessed via gateways into the underworld and gates up to the heavens. Could the ancient ones, instead of traveling in ships, traveled via stargates, portals, or wormholes? Did the ancient leave stargates throughout the planet as a way to escape in the event of a major cataclysm in order to preserve the human race? This may sound like science fiction, but it is real, according to William Henry, who's coming up next. This is Mel Fabregas, and you're listening to Veritas. Don't go anywhere.
This is Nassim Haramein, and you're listening to The Veritas Show.
During over 25 years of research, investigative mythologist and author William Henry has pursued a startling but undeniable fact that throughout history and across widely diverse cultures, there is an absolutely seamless tradition of the existence of portals and gateways to the stars, which have been preserved in the art and myths of each era and place. Advanced beings that came from the light of the vastness of the Milky Way and beyond, they did so through these gateways. They left the secrets of these Stargate ways for us to discover, along with the keys for transforming ourselves into beings of light in order to travel these gates. William explores the lost secrets of this gate and these star beings in his books and DVDs, including his latest presentation, Soul Rising, The Awakening, The Transformation, The Ascension. You can learn more about William Henry by visiting his website, williamhenry.net. And directly from Nashville, Tennessee, I would like to introduce for the first time on Veritas, William Henry. Hello, William, and welcome to Veritas. How are you?
Very well, Mel. Thank you so much for having me.
It's my pleasure. And William, before we start, I have to share a story of synchronicity with you and the audience, because once all of you hear how this interview came about, you will come to the conclusion that this interview was neither accidental nor incidental. William Henry is here today for a reason, and you are listening to us for a reason too. Last Sunday, William, I received a message from the guest who was supposed to be here today, stating that a personal matter had come up and he needed to reschedule. I had his books, so I was getting ready to start reading them. Instead, I started watching the TV series Stargate Universe after I was told that he was not going to be available. Bear in mind, I saw the movie in the 90s, but had never watched any of the Stargate TV series. At any rate, I watched a few episodes, and in one, the spaceship is heading toward a sun, and the occupants of the ship are getting ready to die, thinking that what happens when you crash on the sun. Well, the ship actually went to the sun to recharge its batteries, and it went through it like a Stargate. Then I started thinking of NASA and the Soho images we have seen lately, where you see large objects going in and out of the sun. The first person I thought of when I saw that episode was William Henry, because I know you discuss ancient Stargates, and I said to myself, I wonder what William Henry would say about this episode on the sun being a Stargate. Fast forward to the next morning. I started writing my to-do list, and the first item was find a replacement for this week's show. As I'm getting ready to start emailing prospective guests in the hopes of filling the weak spot, I hadn't even started yet. Out of the blue, I received a message from William Henry stating, "Hello, Mel. I would like to come on your show to discuss ancient Stargates," unquote. My mouth dropped, folks. I hadn't even written to William. What are the chances? And furthermore, I was booked for the next 6 weeks, so I asked William if he could take this week's spot, and lucky for us, he did. Isn't this a great synchronicity story? And how do you explain this, William? Are we telepathic and don't even know it?
Yeah, I guess my higher self or your higher self got in touch with mine and said, let's have a meet. So worked out beautifully. That's a great story, Mel. And I, like you, I don't watch that TV program either, so it's kind of funny.
Before we start, and since this is your first time on the show, give us some background of yourself and how you started researching all the topics to discuss.
Well, I started in 1982. I was then a sophomore at a small Southern Baptist college here in Nashville. I wasn't raised in a religious background. I went to a Southern Baptist school because they had a program, a music business program. They would train you to go to work on Music Row here in Nashville or out to Hollywood and that sort of thing. My ambition was to be an entertainment lawyer. And while I was in my sophomore year, because it was a Southern Baptist college, we had to take Bible study classes, and I didn't know anything about the Bible, so it was kind of a fresh take for me. But